Yes, lads, JOEBILINE here, and welcome to the second episode of the free-to-play Road to Glory. The Road to Glory on our second account on a different mobile phone. Sadly, it's awkward to have two accounts on one phone. I know some of you asked, you'd have to like uninstall the game and log out of Facebook, log back into the other account. It's awkward. I've got a second phone that I play this on, so that's how I do it, an Android phone that I picked up. And today it was the aim of trying to get to 78 overall, so that the Domination event Monday night we could enter, because you need 78 team overall minimum to be able to enter the Domination event, where you will be able to first of all pick up an 80 rated striker Griezmann, and then over the course of the Domination weeks you can play the Domination event to level him up to the max level of 100 using Domination XP. So the main aim was by Monday get to 78 rated. So I felt, okay, let's do a host of things. We'll do some Team of the Week, because we want that chance to get Team of the Week cards. We did quite a few in the end, kept getting golds afterwards. It's like, what, you play the normal one, 2 stamina at a time, get between 5 to 15 tokens, and then once you've got 100 tokens, you can do the full one. So we did that, we kept getting gold, and then I thought, right, I don't want to spend all my money yet, because the market is absolutely crazy. But I thought, let's try and pick some players out that's going to help us. So I focused on attack. We had Ronaldo at left wing. Our striker, we knew Griezmann was coming, but we kind of wanted one in the meantime. I thought, let's upgrade the right wing. So I was looking around, looking on Foothead, trying to find some players that looked like they could be pacey and decent. We ended up deciding on this Bugar, the Australian from the Mariners. 61 rated by default, but we had enough XP saved up to get him up to a late. Because taking a bronze or silver is roughly going to cost you just over 200k. Elite's a minimum 400 or 500k on the market, so this is a cheaper option based on what we had in the club. And the silver team of the week players are good to use for XP. Well, that's the only thing you can use them for, unless you want to trade them up. So we brought Bugar up to 80 rated. He had lots and lots of nice pace. His finishing wasn't the greatest in terms of his on-card stat, but at 62 it was pretty poor actually. But with 73 agility, 106 pace, I was prepared to be able to know that I could sprint away from people with that 77 ball corner, 77 dribbling, and my finishing with my swiping is pretty good. But his shooting didn't go up nowhere near as high as I hoped. He's got the long shot trait, which I don't have any of yet. So we pulled him in. We was at 73. We still had a way to go, but this was all early days. Our Vazquez finally sold at 370k. So I think when I listed him up for 550, I was a bit too hopeful. I should have probably listed him for about 475, 450, and he probably would have sold. So we took the risk. It didn't work, but we still made some nice coins. And then it was, so this is Thursday night clips. This is over the course of the weekend. There was matchups where 0 stamina 20, you guess who you think will win, and if you get all 4 right, you win Jesus. But you do get coins along the way, so you get 4k just for taking part, 1k from each of the nodes. If you get 1 right, you get a further 5k. If you get 2 right from the same side, you get another 20k. And then if you get them all right, you get all the coins and the Jesus. At the time of recording it, Munich had won, Man City have won, Chelsea, Man United are playing at the moment, and they're like 7 minutes into the game at 0-0. But obviously Lokomotiv, Moscow and CSK drew 2-2. So sadly that means we can't get the Jesus, but we are guaranteed 34k at tops from at minimum at the moment, because we got the other 2 sides right. We went for Man United. If they get it right, that'll be another 5k, so that'll be 39k. But at the moment we're getting 34,000 coins, which will help us a lot. I'm hoping in future weeks they add the ability to pick draw to it, just so it feels a bit heartful that the Jesus has been taken out of our control purely because we couldn't pick draw. But that's the way it goes. I then thought, right, the campaign bundle, I opened this on my main account and I was pretty impressed with what you get out of it, because the campaign players are pretty good. They've all been boosted up like low rated bronzers, like young players for clubs, and also the XP from them if you don't need them. So I thought, let's spend 2k of this 4k that we've had saved up from the daily activities and the rewards and open this bundle on the way, see if we can get anything good and hopefully potentially get some elites. We got a keeper then. I thought that's great because we want a keeper. Our keeper at the moment is like 70 rated, so he looks pretty good. 80 reflexes, pretty impressed with. 75 striker, better than the Zardes that we already have. And it was just a case of knowing that I can either use them and getting training XP out of them. The training's going to come in handy to help us level up, because I feel the big part of this Road to Glory It's going to be based on leveling players up rather than buying high-rated players. Get a few skill boosts on the way. Skill boosts are very, very, very valuable because they level your overall up and they don't depreciate in value over time like players do. Players are either going to be untradeable or they're going to be tradable, and most tradable players over time will go down in price. So they're good, but you need to know when to move them on or not, or just accept loss. Skill boosts, they're just always going to get better for you. So it's good. I was tempted to maybe open a skill boost bundle, the 2k one as well, but I thought for now I'm going to hold on to the 2k or so I've got, just in case anything comes up like a special offer, or maybe that's going to be more worthwhile to save towards. I don't want to be in a situation where something comes up for a limited time and I'm not able to go for it. But I thought, let's give us a little boost, because we want to get up to 78, so we're messing with it. And then we pulled this Sacco, and I saw this striker Sacco, looked into him, 94 pace, 69 shooting. Shooting could be a little bit higher, but 79 agility, 94 pace. We knew he was going to be a speedy player who could keep the ball relatively close to his feet, and he was going to, and I thought, yep, he's our striker to do the job until we get Griezmann, because it just makes sense. He's a nice player, and then once we're done with him and we've got Griezmann, we can always use him on XP for our other players, or maybe for the time being he'll be better than Griezmann, and until Griezmann gets higher up. Or we can go 2-striker formation, but there's no opposing to go 2-striker formation. The options are opening up here, and we'd go we looked for. We also got this striker here, looked decent. Vilhena we got, and I was happy with Vilhena because Vilhena is a solid all-round centre midfield squad. 72 pace, 77. He's got stats above or close to 70, so and he is another fast player. A lot of these campaign players are actually pretty fast, mainly because they've been boosted up. Like, if you've noticed, you may not have noticed, if you have, campaign players generally are all players that are usually quite low rated, so putting them up to 74 means they've already had that training applied to them before you get to them, which is pretty nice. A strong solid centre back he looked like, just because I'm starting to think campaign players are really good, and their backgrounds look cool and different. 75 pace, 83 physical. He was a very much needed centre back going straight into my lineup, which I was happy with. And then in our bundle there was the Turks players, a right mid. I thought we'll take that. We've got quite a few right mids, but he looks all right. Here he is. Is he coming up like, yeah, 87 pace, 79 agility. I'm not sure why they chose to call it agility rather than dribbling. Maybe it's just so people don't get confused, because obviously you've got the actual individual dribbling stat, and then you've got the overall dribbling stat, which is like on the card face. I guess they decided to call it agility, but then there's an individual stat called agility. I think they've called it agility purely because when you say they can rainbow at 90 dribbling, they may have 90 dribbling, but then they may not actually have the individual stat of 90. So it avoids the confusion there. We spent some of our plays that we picked up and some of our coins on upgrading 1 or 2 overalls on a couple of these players, just to try and boost us that little bit closer. Sacco up to 78. We got Vilhena and Cohen up to 76. We did another Team of the Week pack, just trying to get an elite out of it. It would be great to get like Fernandinho. It would be great to get or Mertens or Higuain. Fernandinho captain to unlock player of the month progress. That'd be good on a free to play. But we realised to get ourselves up a bit further, we want to get some versatile. Ideally, I'd like to be in the first weekend league next weekend. So I need to get to World Class 3 to do that. If I don't, it's not the end of the world, because I can make sure I improve ready for future ones. But it is in my mind that I'd like to try and get there for the first one. But if I'm not, it means I can at least concentrate on just playing the weekend league on my main account this first weekend. While I get used to it, then going forward, I can get an idea of how many wins I want on both accounts and manage it going forward then. So it was a very tight game, this one, and I wanted to include the end of it because we started well, we got 5 goals and we just couldn't convert, and we were struggling. I was thinking, oh, we're going to tie this. Last few seconds, Berger was trying to run through. It did go out for a corner, and I was thinking, right, this is now or never. Thankfully, corners are a bit easier this year. You just have to put them in the danger zone like you'd usually expect to be a corner. You don't have to put it in some weird edge of the box to hope for an overhead kick. This year, if you put it in the danger zone and swipe at the right time, most of the time, you at least get it on target. So we got ourselves up. We kept playing. We saw what the rewards were. We got to Amateur 2. That was pretty easy. Claimed the 75 amateur points, which meant we could open an amateur pack. The amateur pack obviously containing 5,000 coins and a host of skill boosts, because skill boosts, as I was saying earlier, are important. They're going to increase our overall and they're going to get us there. We then got to amateur 1, playing some more games. They were relatively easy, the games were. I think I won all but one on my quest to Amateur 1. Or did I win them all? Then it was when I was going for Pro. But more amateur rewards, all pretty nice indeed. We did actually buy one of the offer for 200 FIFA points. Because of the 8 skill boosts you get with it, I thought it was worth it. It was at 77. We just used some amateur skill boosts and was like, okay, let's get to Pro 1, Pro 3 should I say, sorry. And hopefully the reward pack from reaching Pro 3 will get us enough skill boost to get it to 79 rather than upgrade players. I felt that was the easiest way to do without spending coins. So we quested on through. Pro 1 was reached with relative ease. Yeah, it was one loss on the way to Pro 1 and like 1 or 2 draws. So it wasn't too bad. We got promoted. We'd earned our reward for reaching it. Here it was. We paid this, the 300, because we're 2.3k. I thought, let's spend the 300 FIFA points to get 2 of the Pro packs. The Pro reward packs, that is. And in this pack, my game was lagging a bit. I needed to restart it. But there was 10,000 coins in each of the packs and 9 skill boosts. So I was like, okay, this is surely going to get us a few skill boosts upgraded to hopefully boost us to that one overall to the 78 that we needed. And thankfully, as you'll see in the next scene before the video ends, it did. We reached 78 overall and we are ready to go with going for Griezmann. Well, when you're watching this tonight, we'd leveled up to level 12 as well. All things were going well. We'd reached the 78, so that's the best play to go. Get the skill boost packs from Versus Attack, do your matchups, get coins, get hyper, get lucky. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new here. Come follow me on Twitter at joebilineHD, and I'll see you all later. Peace.
But behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.